You're listening to Climate Pulse with me, Rauman Smita. In this podcast, we dive into global climate issues and explore real solutions. Stay tuned, subscribe, and join the movement.
Hi, Soon. Welcome to my climate podcast, Climate Pulse. This is the program about around the world. We are collecting messages and trying to send the message to the young generation to see how people are combating for climate change. So, welcome again to my show. It's a very new show. So, I'm also very new to take the interviews, but I'm really thankful that you have joined us. So, would you please introduce yourself, your name, where you are from, and which organization you are working with?
Nice to meet you. I'm Soyun Kim from South Korea, and I'm from the organization that I found. It's called Climate Youth Lab, and I'm also a researcher in Seoul National University in South Korea. And my main focus is climate change education and environmental education NGO's role. Thank you.
That's really wonderful. Very young researcher. So we expect so much from you. So, would you please tell us about the climate issues you are seeing in your community or if you're working globally? What are the problems and the experience you have so far?
Uh-huh. So first, in South Korea, in my country, we can feel many climate change issues. The big thing is because Korea is a peninsula, we also have three sides of sea, so sea level rising. And when you go to the southern part, you have a small island called Jeju, and in there, when I went as a family trip in 10 years ago, we used to walk around the path. There's a beautiful path, but now we can no longer go there because it's now drowned in the sea. And also we have more wildfires in the mountains every year. Yes, and the climate. Because of the climate change, we have more extreme weather, and we could feel it in our skin. And I would like to add Madagascar climate crisis because I'm mostly working with Madagascar these days. And in Madagascar, because it's also an island country, they have a severe natural disasters, and it's getting more extreme and very rapid. Uh, it's getting more and more these days. Also, the sea level rising is a very big issues, and that's the causes of all the different and more issues there. And so people are having a really difficult time of surviving, so that's why I started the project there, and now I'm doing the education project focused on these issues.
That's really wonderful that from South Korea to Madagascar, you're connecting two countries and you're supporting other countries, even though your community is also suffering. That's really so kind and wonderful leadership activity, I would say. So, could you please share about your activities? Like you said that you are working on the education project. What is your project about, and what inspired you to build this project? And so far, what kind of solutions you are bringing to your regarding climate change?
So the project in Madagascar connects with the my organization's work. So we basically we encourage global youth cooperation. So by first building the partnerships with global youth, we encourage them to do the collaborative projects that enhance the better understanding of the climate crisis, but and also for the collaborative works, we can exchange knowledge, thoughts, and values. We mostly focus on the education cooperation. So by creating, and improving the climate change and environmental programs, we are trying to enhance the quality education for all. Um, and um, the other thing that we are doing in our organization called the Climate Youth Lab, we are publishing academic researches, and by publishing those researches, we are trying to gain the better understanding, global understanding of climate crisis, the various problems, and also the needs, the importance of the education, and by um, so also suggest better policy recommendations, and we're trying to cooperate in this area.
Okay, that's really big. I think in future we can see a great impact from this. So far from your work, what are the impacts? I mean, though it's really too early to ask this, but how is the response from the community in Madagascar after working? What is your experience?
Thank you for the question. It's a really nice question. Um, in the community in Sambava City, in Sava region, in Sava region, they have many climate, environment related projects because of the nature there. They have many endemic animals and natural parks. Um, National parks, and all these natures are so important. So they're doing a lot of environmental projects to protect the nature. So these projects made the governor, the mayor, and the regional ministry of environment and forestry more interested in collaborative project with global youth. So before they didn't have the projects with South Korea, especially focused on the education. And then now that they know about it and they're more interested in making more projects, so they're very supportive. And we are keeping in touch to build the next one.
That's really great to hear that in another country you are getting the support. I'm sure, I mean, they are so happy to have you over there and building their community. So you are doing really tremendous job over there. So I have heard that you attended COP in Dubai. So would you please share like that COP and here this COP29? What's the difference you found, or what are the expectations you have from this COP?
So in Dubai, the different thing in Dubai and this scope, personally, individually, I grew very much. So by attending this COP conference, I've been having this very critical mind, because like at the end of the day, I am taking the flight to come here, and I was thinking like then I need to have more um, focus and more the aim that I can contribute to the climate crisis, because already I'm using this a lot of carbon emissions. So before I just had the research ideas, and I was there in Dubai um, for deepening my research ideas. So basically, it was about just searching for some research participants, and that was my only goal there. And then I did successfully found people, and also like in Dubai, I found a collaborator, and that became the Madagascar project that I did in this year. So like it has been a very big output. And yes, and this year in COPE, I did some panel discussions, and that's the first and the very big thing in my life, because before I didn't participate any discussions, or I couldn't really have the chance to raise my voice. And this year, that was the biggest difference. And we hosted the Asia Africa networking session in Madagascar Pavilion, and that was our biggest thing here. And I um, I am looking forward for next year, and also in the future, in somewhere like everywhere in the world, to raise the voice of the global youth. And also, I didn't mention it before, but I would love to raise the voice um, in from the people, the girls, young girls from Asia.
That's wonderful. I mean, you have a very nice journey. Like from COP28, you attended, then you collaborated, you made a project and went to Madagascar, and you were impacting so quick. I mean, this is why we really love about the youth because they are so quick taking the action, and so that's so inspiring and so motivating. So, in the end of this show, this podcast, the question, it is not question. I will request you to speak in your native language,
Yeah.
send a message to your community.
Okay. Um, okay. So in Korean, right?
Yes, in
음,
Korean.
한국에 있는 학생들에게 그리고 청년들에게 이런 말을 전하고 싶었어요. 우리는 정답이 여러 개인 세상에 살고 있습니다. 그래서 여러분이 조금 말하기를 좀 무서워하거나 두려워하거나 할 필요 없이 주저하지 말고 조금 더 용기를 내서 이야기를 하고 내 생각이나 나의 가치 그리고 그냥 내가 가지고 있는 관점들을 공유하는 거에 조금 더 편안한 마음을 가지고 해도 된다라는 말씀을 드리고 싶습니다. 그렇게 조금씩 더 우리의 말을 더 많이 말하고 공유할 수 있을 때 우리가 이런 글로벌 무대에서도 조금 더 많은 사람들이 그리고 더 많은 한국인들이 와서 참여할 수 있는 기회들이 더 많아질 것 같아서 여러분을 응원합니다.
That's wonderful. I can clap for that. I don't know what you said, but something nice, that's for sure. So now, would you please send a message to the global leaders or to the youth from
Yes.
your heart?
Okay. So for the global youth out there, I encourage you to don't be hesitated in saying what you want to say. There are many values and perspectives, and they are more shiny when you are sharing those. So let's be confident and um, let's bring out your answers and then make it into very concrete and valuable answers. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and hope to see you in the next COP and more impact you bring on the earth, and more youth can connect through you. So thank you again for joining my podcast, Climate Pass.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Subscribe my channel Rauman Smita.